Hey guys, what it is Yo Girl Cadillac. Yes, I am Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face to black. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, coming through on today, November the 16th. It is almost 10 p.m. Um, off of work, but you know that time flies like somebody done cut the faucet on, girl. I got off and I just could not. I, if you seen my video I just put out, I love Willie D. I watch him daily. It's a lot of YouTubers I watch, but I really love him because he is, phew, he said a lot of stuff that really needs to be heard. A lot of stuff. And today was no different. So I couldn't even leave the parking lot. I got off of work because I was going into work and I seen that he had just went live and I'm like, dang, I wish because I don't think I actually seen him go live in a while. Like he used to go live all the time in 2020. I would see his lives, but I haven't lately seen him live. Now he does put out several videos a day, but actually live. So when I seen him go live and I was going into work, I'm like, dang, I really have to be going to work right now. Yes, because I work to live and I live to work. So you already know I had to go to work right now. But I could not wait. I was like, yes, when I get off, I'm going to watch your live. So on my walk out of my job, I got to the car and I went to watching his live and I'm like, this man, oh my gosh. Okay, so there is a video that he put out about they are trying to give, I really don't know how to say it cuz YouTube you have to stay like basically rated G or you can't say it. So or maybe PG. So dealers, they are trying to make it where dealers would be able to get the D penalty. And I'm like, okay, hold on. We're making it even more. Okay, so first, you got to understand the system ain't just. You already have a system that is not only broken, it's malfunctioning, it's working backwards, it's regurgitating things. It's like doing some crazy stuff. It's not just, some nicks and kinks in it. This ish ain't working whatsoever. So you want to give that system more power? Like, like where they do that at? They do it right here. Right here where I'm at. You know that's where they do that at. But it makes you wanna. Man, okay, so I wanted to just read this one comment that I left on because sometimes, okay, y'all already know I can't talk or speak the greatest all the time. I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know if I'm relaying it in a way that you can understand exactly what I'm trying to say. Because with words, uh, I'm a rapper, metaphors, whatever you say could be taken in many multiple different ways. So the way I'm trying to say it, I'm trying to figure out if you're receiving it in the way that I'm trying to say it. So that's where I kind of get lost in my communication skills, though I try. But sometimes when I am typing comments, I feel like my expression just comes together much, much better. I already told y'all I am socially anxious, like I have social anxiety. I am a loner. I was bullied. I am everything that does not socialize at all. So I've always found, a way to express myself through words, through pictures, because I am an artist. So, however, I can express myself outside of verbal communication is how I express myself. So, sometimes when I write comments, they sound so much better than something I would have said out of my mouth. So, I just want to read this one little comment that I thought, oh my gosh, that is perfect. Dang, I cannot find the comment. But anyway, the comment was basically okay, so now they're looking to give more power to this justice slash injustice system, right? It's like, okay, so the justice system is meant to keep the community safe, right? Like clean up the streets, to clean, right? So I thought about a vacuum. Oh my gosh, this freaking phone. I thought about a vacuum, right? If you had a vacuum and you were cleaning, right? But it was malfunctioning, it was throwing stuff out like regurgitating things out and tearing up your carpet and doing all kinds of stuff, right? Would you continue to use that vacuum? Common sense is going to tell you to cut the vacuum off, open it up, and look inside of it and see what is causing it to not function the way it was meant to function, right? You would try to clean it out, you would try to fix it. You wouldn't just keep vacuuming with this freaking malfunctioning vacuum. Cleaning up, meaning cleaning up the streets. All this tough on crime laws are cleaning the streets. Well, you're cleaning the streets with a malfunctioning vacuum. It's not cleaning your streets. It's not picking up the crud. The streets are still just as dirty as they were before all these tough on crime laws. So what are you doing with this little broken vacuum, this little broken system? What are you doing? But yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so the justice system basically is like a two-way mirror, like one of those mirrors where something's going on behind the mirror, but the mirror actually reflects back to you a reflection that they want you to see. So it's not really that reflection that's there. It's actually something happening behind there, but you just can't see that, right? So I know what's happening behind there, but majority don't. They walk past it, they look in it, oh, it's nice and clean, no fingerprints, nothing's happening. It's great. But when I tell you no, take a deeper look. Look very closely. Get up on it. See what's going on. People think that I'm just, you know, I don't know. It's very annoying. I almost wish that my battle in life, my whole thing was not justice. Because that's one of the hardest fights. And that has been one of the hardest fights for Black people was justice. It seems like we can't get justice. We can't get justice for nothing. No matter how wrong we're done, no matter how, I don't know, there's just no justice for us. So I was thinking, like, what is even the point of, if you're going to do whatever you want in the end to a person of color when they step into this justice system? What's the point of playing through the motions, like such as a trial? If you already know you finna find these people guilty, which they know they're gonna find you guilty before a trial even happens. I know you think you know, right? Multiple people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's crazy how I lived through it. Unless you lived through it, how could you know? Like, how could you possibly know? I've never been a doctor. So how could I possibly know what it's like to be a doctor? If you have not dealt with this system, you can't know that it's positively just, right? You're just assuming that. And you know what happened when you assume stuff, girl? I had made a comment on another YouTuber's video where it was basically about Blueface and Krayshawn. Don't even really know who they is. I only know he did one song, some crap that the kids were listening to, but I'm like, I ain't even, that is not even considered hip hop to me. They should call it something else. They should call it maybe flip flop or something like that. But I hate that hip hop has been, that's not hip hop. There's a completely different, that's not hip hop. But they want to call that stuff hip hop. And but girl, the forefathers of hip hop would be so like upset with this generation and the past previous generations. Like, girl. So needless to say, I don't listen to that stuff. So I barely know who he is. Barely. Barely. Right? So I seen someone was talking about he's going to jail. I don't even know what he's going for. Who knows what's going on. Um, but it had the girl Krayshawn saying that she actually, it wasn't a video, it was just a community post. So it was just a static picture. So I couldn't have figured out more unless I wanted to dig deeper in the story, which I don't have time for superficial stuff. There is real life stuff and justice and things, and I'm trying to get my husband on, I'm trying to get my business started. So there are way more detrimental things that I need to be worrying about and putting my time and research into. So not that. So on the post, all I commented was she said in the post it said that she said she was gonna stand by his side. All I said was I'm a prison wife for 21 years and girl, it ain't easy. Don't lose yourself in standing by his side. That's it. Girl, I feel like when you have been through a storm, the whole purpose in a storm was not just for you to be punished. The purpose in a storm is so when you get out of that storm, you can talk to the next person going through it. Let me tell you, anybody got anything to say about what I'm going through? I honestly don't even want to hear it unless you have been there. I mean, anything negative. A lot of people are actually willing to listen with open ears and open heart and actually hear you. I thank God for you guys. But I mean, a person that is basically trying to down me or trying to down my situation or whatever, they don't really, they don't really know. But my whole purpose is to teach the next that is might be just starting this journey to avoid the things I went through. You can lose yourself on this journey. I have lost myself. I have found myself again. I have lost myself again. This is an up and down roller coaster. It's not natural. What I am doing is not natural. It's not natural to be with somebody that is in prison. The natural thing is not natural for people to be locked up like animals in prison. That's already unnatural, right? And when you're locked up like an animal, you start acting like an animal. I mean, if you're treated like anything for so long, you start acting like it. So it's not a natural situation. But in this unnatural situation, the majority of people, the natural thing is to leave the person. Just, oh, you went to prison. Goodbye. I'll see you later whenever you get out. That's the natural thing. The natural thing is not to put up a fight or resistance. They got caught in the trap, they either did what they did and they just got to do their time. And if it was that situation, I'm gonna be honest, I probably wouldn't have waited on Marcello like that. I wouldn't have been fighting for him, nothing. I would have took several seats, went on, did whatever I had to do. But he's innocent. And my whole spirit will not allow me to just leave an innocent person behind bars without fighting for them. Right? So the natural is to just go like goodbye, okay, yeah, and well, that ain't none of me. I didn't have nothing to do with it, But where do I find another soulmate? Where do I find someone that has that same personality he has, that same caring heart? Where do I find another Marcello Jackson? So most people tell me just leave him, right? But where do I find another just like him? There was one. And because there was only one, if I want to be with him, I got to fight for that one. There's not two. There's just like me. That's like if something happened to me and you say, girl, just leave her. Ain't nothing you can do. Just move on with your life. I would feel like, gosh, I'm that replaceable? Do you really love me? I mean, you replaced me like that. You left me like that. If it happened to me, I promise you, I would feel some type of way if nobody fought for me. I would feel some type of way. I feel some type of way because nobody would fight with me. So I would feel some type of way if nobody fought for me. And me, my character. If you know me, you know my character. And someone telling you I did such and such and such, you wouldn't even believe that. You'd be like, how Keita did that? Ain't no way Keita did that. So this is why I can't just let it go and just move on and just, move on like everybody else has moved on. Everybody in Marcello's life has basically moved on and forgot about him, except for me. And I'm sorry, maybe something could be wrong up there. I never claimed to be perfect or whatever. Some could be, miswired or something. But I know that type of love that I felt when I met him. I know real love because I know fake love. So I know when it's real, right? And he's not replaceable. So I'm going to fight for him. So I just left the comment saying that, don't lose yourself because I'm just trying to teach the next person. It's a lot of girls come out on this road and sometimes they doing it for the wrong person. They doing it for that dude that don't deserve it. They doing it for that dude that really did it. They doing it for the wrong reasons. It may not be the same reasons. Just because we all prison wives don't mean we all in it for the same reasons. And it don't mean that there are so many different prison wife situations. So many different prisoner situations. Everybody's situation is not the same. So, just giving some forewarning, and that was it. So the comments come back with hate. Don't nobody ever comment on my comments. But now, because I said something that's against the norm, because the norm is when your people go to prison, you leave them. You let them rot there. But because that's not my philosophy, my philosophy is if they're innocent, you help them get home. They left me a lot of hateful comments or crazy comments, so I just want to read them so I could laugh at them. You probably agree with the people, you might don't, who knows, girl, but let's just finish out this video. Let me read a couple of them. Okay, so I can't find them all because once people have comments, it's hard to find your own comment again. But let me read this. So this was my reply to it. Okay, hold it down. But it ain't easy. ... Y'all know I love my ... That's my signature. I've been by my man's side who is in prison wrongfully. I have wrongfully in little those little brackets, wrongfully for the last 21 years. Be that ride or die, but don't lose yourself, girl. That's all I said. I think that's positive, girl. So someone replies, wrongfully my ass. I don't know how she know that, but don't know nothing about the case, but she talking about wrongfully my ass. Girl, move on with your life. That N word probably didn't even marry you. Stop being a black male worshiper because I promise he wouldn't ride or die for your ass. Most ends are not papoose, huh? Girl, that is TV, really. So we don't even know if that situation was like that. So they cursing and going on, just disrespected because I leave one comment. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. I don't know. I don't get people. Rather than, and well, the internet makes everybody bold. You can basically say what you want and then go hide behind a rock. So you could say anything. So whatever. I always have to deal with that. I've dealt with it from the beginning. Nobody, honestly, has ever believed my story from beginning. Remember, I started this journey in 2001. And I started this journey fighting for my husband through word of mouth, through me telling people, through me talking to people, through me asking for help, through me by 2006 through me making music about his case and about him being wrongfully convicted, to actually setting up change petitions. And so I've never just said he's wrongfully convicted. I can actually tell you all the ways that he is wrongfully convicted. I can show you. And if you know law, if you don't know law, I can explain it to you. I could tell you on which ways they did him unjustly. I could tell you the ins and out of his case. I could tell you what each key role of each person, what each one did to his case. And also, if Marcello Jackson were actually guilty of the crime, I could still show you how he was only supposed to get a certain amount of time, and yet he got this amount of time. So I could show you inside and out the reasons why he's wrongfully convicted. But nobody will sit and listen that long. So over the years, I realized I had to shorten this up. I got to say what I got to say. And if you're interested in finding out more, then I have to find a way to link more or where you can dig further if you're willing to. Because it got to where you just hitting all these roadblocks because people are so conditioned. People's minds are conditioned to think a certain way. We automatically think a black man in the justice system is guilty. And if we do think that way off rip, what's the point of court? What's the point of trial? What's the point of any of this? Because we already know all black men are guilty, right? I mean, that's what they're saying. And even if it was majority of all black men, it doesn't mean all black men. Everyone still should have their fair shake at justice. And the system is set up correctly if you actually played it out the way it was supposed to be. It's just like playing Monopoly or whatever game, checkers, let's say checkers. You're playing checkers. But if you play, oh no, the best one is Uno. Because everybody likes to change the rules in Uno. Everybody plays Uno differently, right? So if I'm playing Uno in one way, say we playing it the way the box, the little directions say you're supposed to play the game. And we played it that way and I won or I lost. That means I'm winning or losing according to the rules fairly and squarely, right? But let's say we started playing Uno, and I'm under the impression that these are the rules of the game because I read through the directions, the law. These are the rules of the game. And you come in and you interpret the rules however you see fit, but it always benefits you more than it benefits me. Now that's when we're getting into the game not even being fair. At that point, why even play the game? We know you win. That's what I be saying. Why should a black man even go to court, go to trial? Don't. We didn't know. Marcello was a baby. He was 19 when he made that decision because he was under the impression that justice, I didn't do this, so I could achieve justice through a trial. Because number one, they don't have evidence against me. They have to produce evidence. That's not true. We think that. We think that. They don't have to produce evidence against you. If they did, where is the evidence against Marcello? They don't have to have a weapon to charge you with a weapon. Most people believe they have to. I know they don't. They don't have a weapon in Marcello's case. So how, if we're looking at the rules, we open the box, we're looking at the rules of checkers, right? So how is he being charged with this weapon that they don't have, right? A weapon is going to escalate a charge like that. It's going to escalate your time like that. It's going to give you triple time. So if the game was played by the rules, most time the true winner would win. So those that were truly guilty would actually be found guilty. Most time. Those that were truly innocent, most times should be found innocent. But the rules of the game been changed so much. So how are you so sure that everybody in the system, most likely that N-word did it? First of all, he's not an N-word at all. I'm not either. I don't know why we're still referring to ourselves as that and why others still refer to us as that. I'm not ignorant. He's not ignorant. So that doesn't label us. And how could you just come to the assumption he's guilty and you didn't even heard his case? Guilty of what? Of what? Do you know anything about his case? How are you jumping to guilty? That's because it's conditioned in our mind that black men are guilty. They're out there robbing, outing people, stealing, and selling substances. And that's not true. I got plenty of cousins that are not in the streets. I have a father that was never in the streets. I have uncles. So all these were black men. So I'm trying to figure out, how are you saying most and majority? It's a lot. It could be a lot. How we even know the real percentages? Do we really know the real percentages? Because the good black men never get the light of day shined on them. So how you know? Those good black men, I work with plenty of black men at work. They working. They work so much, I'm sure they ain't got time to be in the streets. But if they did, they are there working. I went to college with plenty of young black men, and they were in college. Nobody was doing any type of headlines on them. Nobody was doing any of that. Like, and then that do remind me of this one story. Oh my gosh, when a person with a weapon came onto our school campus, that was crazy. I was going to tell that story time, but I'd be forgetting what story times I want to tell. But They just don't. The reason why you think most or all black men are bad is because that's what's constantly fed to us daily. It's not constantly fed to us that it could be a half and half, because they do not highlight the good. They only highlight the bad, right? Anyways, my opinion, I'm going to feel how I want to feel. You feel how you want to feel. But if I can spark a person to think and dig deeper and stop judging so much by people's outward appearance or how dark their skin is. Dark skin does not equate to criminal activity. I don't understand that. And I don't know. I don't think I ever will understand that. And I hate that that was the label that was attached to black people. We're criminal. I even had a situation where I had a friend, an Asian friend, right? And her parents were, they didn't like black people, which I wish she had told me that before she even invited me over her house. Why would you invite me into your house knowing these folks don't like me? Like, why would you do that? And they don't like me, don't know me, ain't never heard boo from me, but you don't like me because I'm black. Like, that's the dumbest shit I've. Sorry, I don't mean to curse, but that's some of the dumbest. Never understood that. That's really stupid. That's really stupid. You think you got me figured out because I'm black? Are you kidding me? You kidding me? Because I'm black, you know me. No, you don't. No, you don't. I have never met another black woman just like me. I have never met another woman just like me. I have never met a person just like me. But you think you got me figured out because I'm black. So she brings me over, and basically, something ends up missing out her purse. Okay, so she had a Caucasian friend. She had me, her black friend, and I think she had somebody else. You know who stole out her purse? It wasn't me. Wasn't me. It was her Caucasian friend. Came to her house and stole out her purse. But I'm supposed to be the criminal because I'm black. Like, I don't know. I wish this world almost make you wish we wasn't different colors, because then it couldn't, but humans would find a way to still separate and divide. So then it would become the class system and stuff like that. Like, I'm just tired of it. We're all the same. We're all human. You're not better than me. I'm not better than you. I'm human. I bleed. You bleed, I'm sure, unless you some type of um mutant that doesn't bleed, but I do bleed. I'm human. All right. Hiss your girl Cadillac.